Today I'm out and about on the street and I'm asking, how does glass blowing make money? So let's go and find out a real unique expert in the field and ask him, how does glass blowing make money? So do you, I think, like when I'm looking at this, the vital question I wonder is, as you said, people don't believe that you do it. Like,
oftentimes I think I'm just buying.
how do you, I know one takes longer than the other kind of thing, but do the designs just come?
No,
Or do you
every
them
every design is like, every technique is specific, has a specific technique, a specific way of doing it.
So you could almost replicate one almost?
You could, they'll be slightly different, like it depends on the technique, like these kind of ones I could replicate pretty identically, like, if I just did the same pattern over again. Turtles as well I can get pretty close, like, but like I make them look organic and each one's made separately. Hi, how are you?
So if somebody, like somebody well known, famous, whatever, came and they went, oh my god, look at this, like, and they went, oh, I want
They're pipes.
I know a friend of mine bought these and he was telling me about them. They're lovely.
Thanks very much, cheers.
Was it you who do it?
I do, I make them myself,
Well done.
Thank you very much, cheers.
Oh, isn't it gorgeous? Oh, isn't it lovely?
It's a lot of fun. It's like everything I wasn't allowed to do when I was a kid, setting things on fire and melting them. You just can't go wrong.
I think it's lovely.
Cheers.
Well, look. Isn't that cute? Well, you must be highly creative.
Well, I just like making things,
Oh, you're creative, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well done.
I got off my mother now. She's always into painting and stuff like that. She's
creativity.
A mad woman.
Nothing like no, that's not a mad woman, that's a genius.
Well, she spent 17 years in the convent. She was a mad woman.
No, don't say that. No.
Well,
she was very gifted.
Oh, she was indeed, yeah. I was rubbed off.
Well, you're lucky you inherited that now. And the most important thing is you're using it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having a look.
You got a penny for everyone that came. So
I know, I'm happy if people just look, because I have a fine art background, I study sculpture and
from an artistic point of view, it's really
no, but when I was doing like exhibitions, like, if someone goes to an exhibition, like everyone stops and looks at everyone's work. And then I started doing markets doing this, and like most people just walk by because they think you're trying to push something and sell something.
Of course,
And like I'm happy enough if people just stop and have a look. Just because like the first like 3 or 4 months I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, it's just like I couldn't figure out, but it's a different scenario because I'm like here selling things as opposed to just showing things, So like, I got a bit of a shock initially, like, just from it's a different thing, like, and like I'm not making art here technically. I mean, I consider this craft now, but that's just because I was.
What's the difference between art and craft?
Art, I believe that art has to be new. It has to have concept behind it, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it can't just be something that's mass produced, reproduced. It can't just be decorative for the sake of decoration. Like, I think it has to say something and mean something. But that's because I studied art and like I have a very defined definition of what art is, and I have arguments with other artists about it all the time. It's like, I don't even think painting is art anymore. I think painting, like, there's no concept that hasn't been explored in the subject of paint. So like, paint isn't art anymore. It's a craft now. I think that's my opinion.
It's not just kind of the old charcoal.
Just because you're doing something creative doesn't mean it's art, it's craft if it's something like, because there's painters that just do landscapes all the time. That's not art. You're just doing a craft. You learn to skill and you're doing it over and over again. You're not saying anything or making a point. And I think like art nowadays has to be conceptual. Like, it doesn't have to be like, we've gone beyond like art having to be attractive even, like, it's like the most important thing is that it says something. That's just me, the amount of fights I had in our college with people that is ridiculous. It's like, but I'm studying paint for 4 years now. It's just like, you're studying craft. I'm in an art college. I don't care. You're still just, you're just doing portraits of people. Like, that's not art. That's just, that's what we have cameras for.
So especially with digitalization of art.
3D printing, like, slowly coming at
totally different ballgame. These are the biggies here. This one reminds me of like Planet Earth, this one here on the outside.
This one?
No, this one here underneath. underneath.
Oh, this?
Light blue one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to the islands and stuff with these. I was trying to make a volcano with that one. That was the eruption thing, but it looked more like a nuclear bomb, like a nuke just hit it. But
it's like a town or a city or something with a.
I have to practice that technique a little bit more, like making my islands, you know. But I like the way the blue kind of has these lines coming out, because it kind of makes it look like waves or something, or that the water's getting shallower, you know.
Yeah.
Like so I like the water effect. I need to work on the land and
it's like a river,
you know.
Yeah, if you could get it a bit darker.
Yeah, and to make it more three-dimensional, like to make the green grow a little bit like this, so they look like trees or something.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah, I've only made 4 or 5 of them, and I made them all in the same go. Like, so you know, you should only do one a day and then see how it turns out, and then you can correct the next day. Like, whereas when you make things in batches, they all turn out kind of similar, and then you look at them the next day, and it's just like, oh, now they're all wrong, you know.
And like, when you say make one at a time, does it take heat-wise? Does it take time to cool, and then for the product for you to see exactly what it's going to look like?
No. After you've made something, you have to put it into the kiln and let it cool down. Especially like a marble like this has to be in the kiln for 2 days.
Yeah.
So like you don't really get to see how it turned out for 2 days. But like, I mean, you can look at it when it's hot, like, but you can't like hold it and like really look at it.
And did you make these stands as well? These glass stands?
No. I get these stands in charity shops and stuff.
Which you could make them. But that's glass, so you could.
Not square like that, you know. I need that's mold made or it's carved or something. You know, it's all my work is blown work. So like I could make something similar, but it'd look handmade. It wouldn't be perfect.
It's not going to be symmetrical.
Yeah.
Well, these look more or less, you know, spherical.
Oh no, they're perfectly spherical. Like these are handmade, you know. But that's just because I've spent so long practicing making the sphere. It took me a year of practicing to be able to make the perfect sphere, you know, without any lumps, bumps, anything like on it. That's probably one of the more technical things I've learned.
Yeah.
Because if it's not round, it just.
Do you sell from your workshop as well?
No. It's just a workshop. But like I teach, like so I have lessons out there sometimes. Sometimes I have people coming out just have a look. And like I mean sometimes people buy stuff from there, but I don't have like a display cabinet or anything with work in it. Like all my work is here for the market, you know. And like during the week it's all packed up and put away ready for the market.
Yeah. So you get many for the. Is that a grenade? It is.
Yeah. little grenade slasher.
Cool. So you can use it as a little pot.
Yeah.
But don't throw it because there's no guarantee.
Well, you could like fill it full of matchstick heads and then throw it. And
that's a great idea. Yeah. Are the pipes obviously they're popular? I mean.
They're good enough seller. Like
they're really cool. Like a turquoise coming from the green and blue.
Yeah, that's silver on the green. It's just plain green glass with silver. When you put silver in the flame, it vaporizes. Yeah. And you can get it to stick to hot glass, so you get these like transitions and stuff. Like this here was blue glass, and it got there's kind of more baby blue. You see, that's the original blue there. Yeah. And then like that's the silver on top of it. Like sometimes you get heavier layers than others, but the lighter layers I like more because it's more of a kind of a royal blue. Like it's a kind of just a nicer blue, I suppose.
So like if a very famous person came here and said, "Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable, I would love something like this. Can you get me with my birthstone or something specific?" No.
I make what I make, like I don't do custom orders.
No.
Like I try to discourage as much as possible.
Okay.
It's the bane of my existence.
But then again,
like,
look,
half the time people try to get me to reinvent the wheel and they come in with totally unrealistic expectations.
But this, if I came in and said, "Look, I want a pipe," you obviously can shape a thing but not put the specific design like this one here.
There's things I can do, like we need to discuss it. Like
functionally, you can do things. Almost.
Like I have a list of techniques that I'm good at and that I'm confident doing. Okay. There's another list of techniques that I can do and they work out sometimes, but sometimes not. The other issue is people have all these wild ideas and sometimes they have a bad idea explaining exactly what it is they want. And when I make custom work for them, usually 50% of the time they're not happy with it. Okay. And like I usually end up losing money on it because I give them a quote on how much it'll cost first, and usually it takes twice as long to make it because you're making something totally new, like you know,
unique.
and you need to practice it. All those kinds of
So you have to be. Whoops. Oh, I didn't. So they're behind
Oh,
me.
you're
as
going
well.
to be good. Just to warn you, just in case you start walking backwards more. So like yeah, like, I used to like have on my business card that I do custom work, but I've taken it off now because I just do not want to do it. Because as well, like if I have like kind of something complex or something odd kind of hanging over my head, it stops me doing any kind of work. Like because I feel like I have to do it first to get it out of the way, like, and it'll stop me going into the workshop and doing anything, like, which is really bad.
What are these for then? These are just necklaces, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. But even like somebody's name, could you etch it into it or?
I don't
an
do
initial?
etching. Like I could write names into it and stuff like that, but writing in glass looks very cartoony.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I mean, the best idea is to see what I make and then look at that, like, you know, and not come up with a different idea.
Yeah.
You know, I make the things I'm good at. Do you get what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Well, you have to be conscious, like from a business point of view.
Yeah.
Mass produce things, like, and know X amount of time, X amount of effort equals X amount of income. That's normal. That's practical. Yeah.
But as well, if you're making custom work or custom art for people, like, you know, it's like it's a different ball game, like, you know. And oftentimes people just don't like what I.
Do you enjoy it?
My vision of it. Oh, I love it. Like, yeah. But I hate doing custom work.
How many hours a week would you do the physical work of producing?
I like to do at least 20, but I'm here 24 hours a day, or 24 hours a week as well, selling at the market, Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday. 12 hours each, is it?
Well, it's like I get up at 6 on Saturday. I'm not home until 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday I'm up at 8 and like I'm probably not home until 7 or 8 again.
Look all the stuff and
So, you know,
bring it home and box it and
it's
so
not
on.
the hardest work, and I enjoy it because, you know, it's like at least I'm not just in the workshop with welding shades on all day. So like if I get a good 20 hours a week in the workshop done, I'm happy enough. Like, but coming up to Christmas and stuff, I'll do a full 40 hours. Like I'll do 8 to 10 hours in the workshop every day.
But it's
like,
a work of passion, is it?
well, I really enjoy it. Like I hate doing, you know, things that have to, like pipes and stuff. You know, I'll do them like because I can do them relatively quick and I can hammer them out. But like I'd rather make marbles all day and kind of make more unique pieces.
From an artistic point of view, yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, at some point, like what I'd like to do is only make marbles. You know, I always consider myself a marble maker just because you know, they are actually the biggest seller. It's what I make the most money on. They're more expensive than the rest of the items, just simply because, like, even just the sphere itself, like, it takes a long time to get it that perfect.
Yeah.
And like, I did spend a year just practicing just to get the sphere done, like, you know, as well as 7 years of, you know, kind of learning how to get this far and get this good. Like, you know, if you looked at my work even 3 years ago, it looks substandard.
Do you think in time it'll improve again?
Oh yeah, no, I keep improving all the time, like, you know.
But that's when you might be ready for the big celebrity coming along and saying, hey, I want this done and that done. And
yeah, and I'll say no. It's like, choose what you want.
fair enough.
It's like, this is what I have. Unless you see something that's like, you know, if they want something like this and it's like, well, if you could do that and you know, have a few different opals in it, or, you know, make a more complex dot design, no problem. Like,
oh, I didn't see the dots on the bottom.
Yeah,
cool.
it's just to put the back on it, like, you know, or. But you know, it's like the amount of times that people have come to me with an idea and I've spent hours trying to do it and it just doesn't work out, like, you know. And then, you know, you come into them and it's like, well, I've nothing for you. I can show you all the broken parts and how it didn't work.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Would you ever produce something like you set out to do one particular thing or one batch of stuff and it doesn't turn out like you want it to turn out, but at the same time it turns out really marketable or cool?
The odd time, like, I'll make a pendant or something like that and I find it really ugly and it's just like, I really don't want to sell that. But then I start running out of stock and I'll put it out just to fill up a space. And it's the next thing that sells just because it looks so different to everything else.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
So it's kind of weird, like, you know, it's people's tastes that are different to mine, like, you know.
That's it.
So
there you have it. That's how glass blowing makes money. Until next time, please subscribe. If you haven't already, well, please do. Have a wonderful day.